The video. Okay, come, let's start the video and let's start the lesson. Okay, all right. So, Aubrey, who is that? Can you, is that Ariel? So Ariel must come out of the camera. Okay, so Michelle, camera is looking at you directly, and like, tell her, Mr. can't see your face. Your face is like half the head. Okay, that's good. Ruel, camera down a bit lower, Ruel, and Valerie, you have to change away the background. Okay. Oh, that's Chavez. Okay. And then okay, Valerie, can you change? Yeah, I need to see you. Yeah, cannot have an animated character. Okay, come, let's start the lesson today. Today will be the second last paper one. Then next week will be the last one, and then we have 1 month break before we continue with our paper one lesson again. Okay, so let's do the recording. Okay, recording is started already. Give me a while first, I just start recording. Okay, come. Let's quickly check the answers and we will most likely end about 9 p.m. lah, okay? But just to let you know that latest is about 9:15, latest. Okay, question one, the answer is 3. Okay, Josh, start your video. Cannot turn off the video. Yeah. Okay, now how do you get number 3? Now, if you have the answer wrong, it's because you do in your mind. So you should try to do what? 300s, right? As a decimal, 300.00. 210, especially for Aubrey. Mr. Remember your mistake. 210. There's a th. Th means 2 over 10. All right, 2 over 10. So what is 2 over 10? 0.2. All right, and then just add one more zero, right, to make it a little bit bigger. 7,000 is 7 over 1,000. That will be 0.007. So what is the proper way to do it? If you are not good with doing this, you need to change all of them into numerals. And then after that, what do you do? Then you just add the numbers together. And that's how you get your answer number 3. Okay, so this is the more effective way to get the answer if you don't know how to do. All right. Okay, question number 2. What is the value of 30 divided by 6,000? The answer is 4, and you can't use calculator. And if you get the answer wrong because you forgot how to divide and how to make the numbers smaller, you divide by 10, right? Take cancel one zero, cancel another zero on the other side to make the number smaller. So you have 3 divided by 600. And if any one of you do like this, that is totally not correct. Okay? You can't do this way. So you're supposed to apply what you learn in school. You're supposed to break up into number bonds. This is what I would like to see. Okay? Break out into number bonds. And then 3 divided by 6 is actually what? 3 divided by 6, if you notice carefully, you can actually write as a fraction, 3 over 6. Or it's actually also half. And half is also 0.5, right? How do you know it's 0.5? You make the denominator into a 10, 2 times 5, 1 times 5, and that's how you get 0.5, right? So you have 0.5 divided by 100, and you will need to shift the decimal point to the left. 1, 2. All right, put the 0 into empty basket, arrowhead decimal point, 0 in front. So that's how you get 0.005, which is answer number 4. Okay, so you cannot do this way. This way is totally not acceptable. Okay, because you don't have a calculator also. Okay, question number 3, the answer is number 4. And you must know how to change the mixed number into improper fraction, times, and then later plus. So 5 times 7, 35. 35 plus 6 will be 41 over 7. Okay, this one everyone should get the answer correct. Okay, so you may want next one, question 4. The answer is number 2. Algebra. This is also quite easy, 1 mark only. Carol is 15 years old. She is who? She is Carol, who is 15. And she is years older than Abby. So Abby is younger. If you are younger, you have to minus, right? Minus. So you take 15 minus Z because you are younger. If you are older, then you plus. So Abby is Z years younger. So 15 minus Z, and your answer will be number 2. Okay? All right. Anyone has any questions so far? So far, quite easy. If you have any question, you just raise your hand. You can add your marks below and put down the marks below. Then later you add up all the marks. Okay, question number 5. The answer is number 2. Okay, if you get it wrong, it's because you didn't change them into all the same. This is fraction. This is like a whole number. This is decimal. So you cannot compare if they're all different. You have to make them into all what? Maybe into all whole numbers. Like for example, this is what? What is the ml? 4,305 ml. So I change it into a whole number. And then can I change the fraction into whole number? Yes, you times what? Times 2, times 2, times 2, right? And you get 4 and 6 over 10. Or you can actually make the denominator into 1,000. Okay, why 1,000? Because 1 liter is 1 liter is 1,000 ml. So you times 200, and on top you also times 200. And what do you get? You will get 4 and 600 over 1,000. And by the way, why do you change the denominator into 1,000? Because 1 liter is 1,000 ml. All right, that's why Mr. Ong changed the denominator into 1,000 so that I will get what? I will get 4,600 ml, which is the whole number. Okay, got it? Right, so this is a whole number, and this is another whole number, right? And then the last one, you have to multiply by 1,000, right? To get rid of the decimal point. Why do you multiply by 1,000? Because 1 liter is 1,000 ml. So you have 1, 2, and 3. So put the 0 in the basket, decimal point above the arrowhead, 0 behind. So you have 4,350 ml. So you have another whole number. So you make them into all whole numbers, then you can compare them to see which is the smallest. And the smallest will be this one, right? The smallest. And then the second biggest will be this one, and then this one. Am I correct? Yeah? So you arrange from smallest to greatest, and that's how your answer is number 2. Got it? So if you get it wrong, then make sure you know how to change them into all whole numbers, which is easier to compare, right? Okay, any questions so far? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, now this one, I think some of you may get a mistake because you are confused with what you see over here. 20% of the vehicles in the car park on Saturday were motorcycle. So your 20% refers to which number in the table, right? And you got it wrong because you refer to the wrong number. Now, when those of you in my lesson, I always tell you what is the fraction, what is the percentage talking about. You look at what's behind the off. It's talking about the vehicles in the car park on Saturday, right? So it's talking about this. So this vehicle in the car park on Saturday is 100%. So that tells you that your motorcycle is 20%, right? Okay, then you go to Saturday. Go look at Saturday, all right? Saturday here. And if the motorcycle is 20%, right? Then what is 80%? Because there's 100%, there must be 80, right? 100% minus 20. So that must be your cars on Saturday. Do you understand? Right? Can you see what I'm doing? So if the vehicles in the car park on Saturday is 100%, then the cars must be 80%. Right? And if the cars is 80%, isn't that 240? And then you find 1%, which is you divide by 80, and no calculator. So what you do is you can cancel the 0. Then 24 divided by 8, you get 3. And then what happened? And then 20% will be 20 times 3. Right? So how many motorcycles on Saturday? There will be 60 motorcycles on Saturday. Am I correct? Do you get the answer correct? Yeah? No expression means what? So did anyone get it wrong? Okay, okay. If there's a mistake, if you see Mr. make a mistake, then just tell me, because sometimes Mr. may rarely make a mistake, Okay, otherwise that's how you get your answer number 2. So when you see percentage or fraction, what must you ask? You need to ask what are they talking about. So you look at what's behind the of what? Of the vehicles in the car park on Saturday, and that is your 100%. Okay? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Question number 7. And your answer is number 2. This is quite easy. Find the parameter of the figure. If you get it wrong again because you didn't add the straight line. Parameter means you will have to find the circumference, then later add the straight line. So half times formula. Half times pi d. Now, some of you, like I think like Aubrey or some of you, your teacher say 2 pi r, which is the formula to find circumference. Also correct. Then why did I say pi d? Because pi d take less effort to say out, right? Pi d. If you say 2 pi r, you must say 3 syllable. This one say pi d, just 2 syllable. But pi d and 2 pi r is the same lah, same. Right? Pi d is easier to pronounce. So half times pi. And what's the diameter? Diameter is 14. All right, change the whole number into a fraction. Then you cancel, divide by 2, divide by 2. You can only cancel 2 numbers at one time. All right, and then 7 and 14, you can also cancel them. Divide by 7, divide by 7. And then once the denominators all become 1, you know that there's no need to cancel anymore. Okay, when the denominators all become 1, you don't have to cancel. So 1 times 11 times 2, 22, 1 times 1 times 1. So the circumference is 22 cm, but not the answer yet because you need to add the straight line. So 22 plus 14, you will get 36. That's how you get your answer number 2. So parameter means what? You will have to remember to add all the lines, including the straight lines. Okay? All right, let's go to question number 8. Okay, question number 8 can be quite confusing. Yeah, because a sum of money was shared among Anne, Ben, and Cindy and David. And before that, the answer is number 3. Okay, check answer. And Anne had twice as much as Ben. All right, let's look at number 1 first. Anne has twice as much as Ben. Doesn't look correct, for your number 1. Anne is smaller than, I mean, Benny is like lesser than A. Let me see. Anne has twice as much as Ben. Okay, maybe it looks like lah, maybe. Anne has twice as much as Ben, so okay. And then Davy has twice as much as Cindy. You look at Davy and Cindy. That doesn't seem like twice as much, right? Davy got less than Cindy in the pie chart. So number 1 is out. All right, so you eliminate one by one. Okay, go to number 2. Anne has twice as much as Ben. If you look carefully, Anne has more than twice. How do I know that? Because if I try to cut it, cut it a bit, like that, it's like more than twice already, maybe 3 times as much. So number 2 is also out. Then you go to number 3. Anne has twice as much as Ben. Maybe, correct. Yeah, maybe. And then David has twice as much as Cindy. Oh, also like twice as much, looks twice as much. And Anne and David had the same money. How you know they have the same money? Because your angles, your geometry. If you see X, what happened? The angle opposite are equal. So if the angles opposite are equal, then Anne and David must have the same money, the same amount. So your answer is number 3. All right, there's an X there. X means what? X means opposite sides are equal. Right? Okay, and how about number 4? If you look at number 4, Anne has twice as much as Ben, which is not, doesn't look like. So number 4 is out already. Okay, so answer number 3. Okay, next one. Question number 9. What is the possible length of a badminton court? Answer number 2. Okay, cannot be number 1 because 13.4 cm, that is the length of a ruler. Okay, so your badminton court is not so short. And then cannot be 134 cm because 134 cm is maybe Aubrey's height. No, not Aubrey's height. Somebody who is much shorter than Aubrey. Maybe a primary 1 child. Primary 1, okay. 134 centimeters is about 1 meter. 1 meter, maybe your little brother or little sister lah. Okay, so the badminton court cannot be so short. 134 meter is what? Is the length of your, if you go for sports day, no sports day, you run so long, right? You run so far, which is 100 meter. So do you think your badminton court is so far, so long, 100 meter? So cannot be number 4. So you're left with number 2, which is about 13 meters. All right, so this is how you estimate to see whether what is the answer. But you must know what is a badminton court first, because if you never ever seen a badminton court, then you can't do this, right? So you must make sure you have seen a badminton court before. Okay, so let's go to number 10. Okay, number 10, somebody is going to make a mistake here. My reminder to you is never to assume. The moment you start to assume, because it looks like, then you are going to be wrong already. So, which statements are true? Angle B is equal to angle C. Now, some of you say true. Some of you can put down as true statement. But is this a parallelogram? Is this a rhombus? It is not, right. It's just a four-sided figure. So they are not, we are not sure, right? So we cannot assume that they are equal, right? Because it's not a parallelogram. It's not, because if it's a parallelogram, what happened? If it's a parallelogram, then you have opposite angles, they are the same, right? If it's a rhombus, okay, please don't draw a rhombus nicely, rhombus. Parallelogram means what? Parallelogram means it's a rectangle that's a bit tilted. So if you see a parallelogram, something like this, then opposite angles are the same. If you see rhombus, then the opposite angles are also the same. But if it's not either one, then opposite angles may not be the same. So you cannot assume. So this is not sure. Angle D equal to angle E, that is definitely true because x means opposite angles are equal, right? Angle A plus angle C is equal to 100 degrees. That is definitely not true because the two lines doesn't look parallel. Okay, they don't look parallel, right? So because they don't look parallel, they don't add up to be 180 degrees. Okay, so only when the two lines are parallel, then the angles will add together 180 degrees. Same for any two lines. Okay, any two lines that are parallel, you will have angles that plus together 180. So your answer will be only number two. Number two only. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. Question number 11. Okay, question number 11. I hope you don't make a mistake anymore already, because this is the fourth time already. Fourth time. Third or fourth time we saw this question. Water packed 4/5 kg into many bags of 1/4 kg, and he got some flour left. What was the mass of the leftover flour? So you have to divide to get how many bags. So you take 4/5 and you divide by 1/4 kg, and you keep, change, and flip. And then cannot cancel. 4 times 4, 16. 5 times 1 is 5. And then you change it to mixed number, which is 3 and 1/5. And how do you interpret the answer? If the question asks you how many bags were full, then your answer will be 3 bags. There were 3 bags. And if anyone put number 1, you still haven't learned your lesson yet. Who put number 1? Those of you in my class, anybody put number 1? Chavez, you put number 1, Chavez? Aubrey? Number 1 again. Why number 1? Okay, okay, now the answer is not number 1, but how do you get the leftover flour? You take 1/5, this is a shortcut, okay, shortcut to get the remainder. 1/5 times how heavy is 1 bag, okay? And that's all. And then you multiply 1 times 1, 5 times 4. So what is the leftover flour? 1/20, which is answer number 3. Okay, so this is a shortcut. Okay, got it? To get the remainder flour, which is the leftover. Okay, let's go to the next one. So
Oh,
I
teacher,
don't want to talk about this too long. You should know already.
teacher,
Okay. Yes,
what
Xiala.
is the question 10?
Question 10. Yeah. Question 10. What's wrong with yeah, anything
Oh,
about
oh,
question 10?
nothing, nothing.
Okay. If you see any mistake, must tell me. Any careless mistake. Miss Tong also make careless mistake. But Miss Tong careless mistake is a bit special lah. Never see properly. Okay, now let's go to which of the following expression is the greatest? Okay, you will have to work out the expression. So 4 plus 3 times 2, what do you do first? The 3 times 2. So 4 plus 6, then you do some mental sum. That will be 10. 10 minus 1 will be 9. Okay? And then 4 plus 3 times 2 minus 1. Do the bracket first. So that will be 1. Okay, 1. And then 4 plus, let me write down. 4 plus 3 times 1. So what do you do now? You do the times first. So 4 plus 3, right? And you get 7. Okay? So you have to get the answer one by one. Next one will be 4 plus 3. Do the bracket first. 7. 7 times 2, 14. Then 14 minus 1 will be 13. And then next one will be 4 plus 3 times 2. You must do the bracket first. But inside the bracket, you must do the times first. So 4 plus 6, that will be 10. 10 minus 1 will be 9. So which one is the greatest? So answer number 3. Okay? All right, so put down your total marks there, and then you will add up your marks later. Okay, question 13. What is the parameter? Oh, have you copied down already? Those of you who have a mistake? Okay, then let's go to question 13. Now, how do you find the parameter of the figure? And the answer is number 2. Okay, how you get number 2? So you are lucky because the word identical means everything is the same, right? Everything is the same means what? The sides. 4, here also 4. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and give me a while first. Somebody call Mr. Ong. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 sides already, 10 sides. And then you wonder how long is this? No number. How long is this? Well, there is a way to do it. Okay, there's a way to find how long. You imagine you shift the middle square downwards. Okay, shift it downwards. So the middle square will what? Will move by how much? Will move downwards so much. And then behind, how about the back side? Behind, it will move down by here as well. Okay, so which means what? Which means that when the middle square move downwards, it will what? It will expose this and this. Okay, these two green lines will be how long? Will be the same as one side of a square. Okay, so these two green lines is actually considered as one more side. Okay, one more side of the square. Same for the other two green lines here, right? So it will be another one more side of the square. So together there are 12 sides. So if one side is 4 cm, so 12 times 4, that will be 48 cm. So the perimeter of the entire figure is 48. Got it? Right? Okay, got it? All right, so how do we know? I mean, besides say one more time, so how do you know how long is the green color line? You just have to shift the square downwards, and it will travel by what? It will travel down this way, and then the red line behind will also come downwards lah, come downwards and come downwards to here lah, until here. So which means that what actually happened? So it exposed this line. Okay, this line, it will expose this line, which is the two green lines just now. Okay, the sum of the two green lines. Okay, now this one is a little bit hard to explain. Yeah, maybe some of you may not understand what am I talking about. So what you can do is, Mr. Tong, so what you can do later after the lesson. Okay, I will tell you how you can do it after the lesson. You cut this paper out. You cut this paper out, and then you cut out the middle square, okay, the middle square, and then you shift the square downwards. Okay, you shift it downwards, and then what will happen? Then you will find that the square will come all the way down to here, all the way down to here, and then you will see this line that is like being exposed, right? So that blue line that you see is what? Is actually what? Is actually what? Actually the sum of these two green color lines. Okay? All right. Okay, so maybe Mr. will think of something easier to explain to you later. Maybe right now it's a bit, some of you may not still understand about how to get this. But maybe later on I will talk about this again later on. Okay, let's go on to question 14 first. Question 14, and your answer will be number 4. Okay, number 4. Okay, how to do this? Now okay, some of you may get confused. I shall bake an equal number of chocolate and banana. All right, so if you don't know how to do, draw a simple model, right? And she gave Liling 28 chocolate muffins. So you cut here and 10 banana. So 28 and that's a 10. So Liling get this and Liling also get this. Okay? And then she gave the remaining muffins. Where are the remaining muffins? Now there's a method here. This is the remaining muffins that she gave to Jane. Jane received one muffin for every 4 banana muffin. There's a method here. You see the word 1 for every 4. The method is ratio. Okay, ratio method. 1 for every 4. What is that? 1 is to 4. So 1 chocolate muffin is to 4 banana muffins, and I can call it 1 unit is to 4. 1 is to 4. Something like this. Chocolate 1, banana 4. 1 is to 4. 1 for every 4 banana muffins. And then once you put the units inside the model, can you solve already? Yeah, you compare the units, that will be 3 units. Compare the whole numbers, that will be 18. How many more? So you have 3 units more, which is also equal to 28 minus 10. 18 more. So 1 unit will be 6. If 1 unit is equal to 6, then 4 units will be 24. 4 times 6. Got it? So how many muffins did she bake all together? Then you just add 28 plus 6, 34. Then 34 plus another equal number of banana muffins, 34 plus 34, that will be 68. So she baked 68 muffins altogether. So method here, ratio. Why ratio? Even though there's no dot in this question, but because there's a keyword. 1 chocolate muffin for every 4 muffin, for every 4 banana. So this is the clue to use ratio. Okay? Valerie, on your video. Valerie, Mr. can't see your face. Okay, next one. Answer will be, the next one will be number 3. Okay, number 3. Now, the figure shows a box which can contain exactly 8 cubes, and the volume of all the cube is 216. What is the length of a cube? Now, you may want to cut this diagram into 8 cubes. All right, cut into 8 cubes. And then what happened? Then can you find the volume of 1 cube? So you take 216 and then divide by 8 cubes. And you will get how many? So you go and do your working. So I'm not going to do working because I have to do a bit faster using calculator. So you do your dividing. Make sure you don't use calculator. So the volume of one cube is 27 cm cube. So how do I find the length of a cube? Then your teacher must have taught you something called cubic root. What is the cubic root of 27? So you can't use calculator. You will have to guess and check what times what times what. So you have to think of a number. Is it 2 times 2 times 2 or 3 times 3 times 3 equal 27? So every side of the cube is how long, which is 3 centimeter. All right. So that's a cubic root. This is called cubic root. You do that when you are using calculator. If you are not using calculator, you will have to guess and check, right? What times what times what equal the volume. Okay, clear so far? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, uh, okay, this one, primary 4 question. So if you get it wrong, you forgot how to do this already. 9304. Anyone get it correct? No, but only 1%, 2%, then the rest, 3%, 4%. Okay, those who get it wrong, you have forgotten already. Forgotten your P4. So what is the greatest whole number that gives 9300 when rounded to the nearest tens? Now, the way to do this is to have a number line, cut in the middle. The number in the middle is what you want. Okay, this is what you want. And you want to round to nearest tens. So your first number will be what? Your first number will be 9. You take 9,300 minus 10. Okay, minus 10 because nearest tens, right? So you have to minus 10 to get your first number. So that will be 9, 9, 2, 9, 0. Okay, right? Because you want nearest tens, right? So your first number will have to be in tens, tens, right? You minus 10 to get your first number, then you plus 10 to get your what? Third number. Okay, got it? And then what do you do next? You chop in the middle, get the middle number, 9295. That's the number in the middle. And then you have 9305. Okay, get the number in the middle. And then after that, where is the greatest number? When you round off, you will get this. The answer is on the number line. Is this the greatest number? If you round this to the nearest tens, you will get this one. You don't want that, too big already. So you take this number, all you have to do, just minus 1. Just minus 1, and you will get your largest possible number. And if the question asks you for the smallest, then this will be your smallest possible number. All right? So if you round this number to the nearest tens, you will still get 9,300. Got it? Understand? So you have a number line, get your first, second, third number, then chop, 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 get the number in between. In between. All right. And then where's the biggest number? The biggest number is to look at this number and then minus 1. And that's how you get 9304. All right. We did that in P4. So P4, you should know how to do this already. Okay. Clear so far? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Question 17, 31.18. How to get the numbers here. Now, if you're confused because you didn't do something, you didn't try to make the decimal look a little bigger. It's still the same lah, just that it looks a little bigger, right? 31.10, 31.20, and then this is 31.00. So now can you find the arrow? So you count the gaps. Count the gaps. Some of you know what's the answer already, but if you still don't know how to get the answer, count the gaps. You have 5 gaps, 5 lines, 5 units, and you take 31.20 minus 31.10, you will get 0.10. Then what is 1 unit? 10 divided by 5, 0.02. Then start counting. You plus 0.02, 0.02, 0.02, and plus another 0.02, and that will be how many? 31.18. Right? And that's how you get your arrow. Clear so far? So if you see a number line, you need to count the gaps and then find how big is 1 unit, and then use that to get your number. Okay, next one. Quite easy for the next one. Shouldn't make a mistake. 36 centimeter square. So how to get the area? You will need to know what triangle are you looking at. You're looking at XYZ. You're looking at this triangle. And the base is usually, like Miss Song is teaching the primary 5 students, the base is usually, not all the time, usually the horizontal line. And the height, what do? Take your ruler, put your ruler on the base, and look for a line that's parallel with the ruler. And that's how you locate the height of the triangle. So this is the height, which is 9 cm, and the base is 8. Okay? Then you take half times base times height. So you cancel 2, cancel 8. 4 times 9 become 36. And that's how you get the area. So to find the height of a triangle, you will need to use a ruler if you are not sure where's the height. And then look at the ruler and look for a line that is parallel with the ruler. Okay? Okay, next one. Question 19. Question 19, the answer is post office. Okay, how do you get post office? Now, Tom and Jerry were standing at X. Okay, it means they're in the middle lah. They're in the middle here, facing the same place at first. Tom turned 90 degrees clockwise to face the library. And then Jerry turned 225 degrees anti-clockwise. Where will Jerry face in the end? You're confused because there are two person, right? Two person, so you don't know how to start. Now, you just look at Tom. Tom turned 90 degrees to face the library. So you look at Tom. So where is Tom facing at first? If he's facing the library, right, and he turned 90 degrees to face the library, you work backwards. So clockwise will become anti-clockwise. So you work backwards to see where he faced at first. So he must be facing the school at first, right? And Jerry must also be facing the school at first also, right? So if Jerry is facing the school, then Jerry turned 225 degree anti-clockwise. So now what do? You break up the 225 into smaller numbers like this. So you turn 180 anti-clockwise, and then you turn 45 degrees anti-clockwise, and that's how you get your post office now. Okay, got it? So Travis, you understand Travis? All right, so that's how you turn the angles. Okay, next one. Question number 20. Okay, question number 20, a rare question. This is a rare question. Usually, you're asked to find how many cubes needed to build the smallest cube, right? Or to build a bigger cube, something like that. But this time, you have to add more cubes to build the smallest cuboid. What is a cuboid? A cuboid is a rectangular block. Okay, so what's the answer first? Now, the answer is 21. Did anyone get 21? 21? Okay. All right, good. Then you must have maybe seen this kind of question before. So how do I add some more cubes to build the smallest cuboid? Very simple. You just count the number of cubes along the length, right? That is 4, right? Then just put 4 lah. And then you count the number of cubes along the breadth, which is 3, yeah? Can you see 3? 1, 2, 3. Then just put 3. And then you look at the height. The height is 3. Then take 4 times 3 times 3, that will be 36. So you need a total of 36 cubes. Then you look at this figure. How many cubes inside already? So you have 3, 3. Remember how you count the cubes? Okay, how you count the cubes? Right, so you have 3 cubes all sitting down together. So 3, 6 plus 4, 10. 10, 13, 14, and 15. So there are 15 cubes only, right? So how many more must you add? How many more must you add on? You take 36 minus 15, you need to add another 21 more cubes to form the cuboid. And it's the smallest cuboid. Okay, got it? So this is how you do this kind of question, huh? But usually the question will ask you how many cubes can you add on to form a bigger cube, a giant cube. So usually that's the question. Okay, next one. Question 31. Okay, algebra, quite easy. The 24n minus 25 fraction 7 bracket answer. Okay, and how do you do that? Now, remember Miss Tong told you that if you don't know how to do algebra, you change the letter into a simple number. Maybe let's change it to a small number. Maybe let's call it 4 packet lah. Give a small number, don't give too big. And then it become a primary 3 question already. So what's the first step? 4 packets times 8, there'll be 32 stickers altogether. And then she gave 25 stickers. So 32 minus 25, you get 7 stickers left. And then she divided the rest into 7 boxes. So 7 divided by 7. So how many stickers were there in one box? 1 sticker in one box. right? So don't care about the answers. Don't care about all this. We don't want all that. We only want this. We only want this. Okay, we don't care about what answer you get. And then after that, you copy and paste into your algebra steps. So how do you copy? Now, so no more 4 already, you have to write down 3n. 3n, what's the first step? Times 8. You get 24n, which is all the stickers. And then second step, you minus. So 24n minus 25 to get the rest of the stickers. And then what's the next step? You have to divide by 7. So you take the 24n minus 25 and you fraction 7. And that's how you get your answer ready. Okay, got it? Now you cannot do like this. Anybody do like this, you will not get the full marks. Or even worse, you didn't even have the bracket. You didn't have the bracket, so that's even worse. So this is also wrong. Okay, how do you show dividing? You will have to show your dividing as a fraction in your algebra answer. Okay, algebra must have fraction to show dividing. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 22, quite hard. Okay, your paper one will always have a few hard questions, something like this. So what's the area of one triangle? 30 cm square. Okay, did anyone get the answer correct? 30 cm square? Oh, one person. Okay. So, okay, how to do this? No matter how hard the question is, there are simple steps you can try to find. Joe cut out 3 identical right angle triangles. Lucky day. All the triangles are same. So all the means they are all identical. He joined them to form the figure and AB 26, CD 5, perimeter is 64. What is the area of one triangle? Okay, now this one you may want to use what? Colors, okay? And number one, use colors to highlight the parameter. Number two, your what? Your diagram cannot be empty. Go and put numbers. If you never put any numbers on your picture, then it's not a good thing. All right, so put numbers there. And then what do we do? Okay, I'm going to show you the parameter. So for example, let's use a red color. Okay, this is 5. This is 5. This is 5. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 5. So 5 times 3. 15. Okay, 15. Okay, then this one, don't know. The base, I don't know. Okay lah, don't know, never mind. Don't know, we just leave it alone. And then the question say AB is 26. Oh, AB is 26. Where's AB? AB is here. AB is 26. Okay, what do we do? Now, if you notice carefully, okay, now, do you realize something? Let me just erase this purple line. Do you realize that this line and this line joined together is actually what? Is actually like this, like this. Do you agree? This purple line and this longer purple line, if you join them together, it is the slanted line of the triangle. So what do? Then you just take 26, 26 and divide by 2. Why divide by 2? Because there is another slanted line inside. Can you see another slanted line? Maybe it's not use a green color line. Okay, green color. Do you see this another slanted line? So this slanted line plus the purple lines add together is 26. You just divide by 2 lor. Divide by 2 to get what? To get the part of the parameter. Okay? Don't go and add the inside line. The line inside is not part of the parameter. Okay. So what do we do? So let me just put here. Let me just use some colors, like that. So what's the length? 13. Okay, 13. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, now can we find what is the blue color line? Can we find what's all this? Can we find that already? Yeah, we can find that already. You take the red lines, 15, plus the purple line, which is 13, plus the 3 question mark. Let's put down 3 question mark. Okay, and that will be equal to the parameter, 64. Okay, and then 15 plus 13 will be 28. And then what is 3 question mark? You take 64 minus 28, you get what? So 64 minus 28, you will get 36. 36, huh? So if 3 question mark is 36, then 1 question mark must be 36 divided by 3. So the base is 12 cm. Are you clear so far? The base is 12 cm. And if the base is 12 cm, can you find the area of the triangle? So half times base times height. So half times 12 times 5. So 2 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2, 6 times 5, 30. So the area of a triangle is 30 centimeters square. Clear? Understand, Aubrey? Okay, so how to do this kind of question? Colors, all right, colors, use colors, and then put numbers on the diagram. Definitely, you must put numbers. If your picture is so clean, Mr. Ong don't expect you to be able to solve if you don't have anything on the picture. Okay, question 23. Okay, question 23, another hard one. Okay, so the answer is 72. Okay, 72 minutes. Did anyone get this correct? Okay, now this one is a bit hard, but there's a method. The method is draw a diagram. All right, you have model, grouping, and there's also a very minor method called draw a diagram. A group of 5 boys rented a paddle boats for 2 hours, took turns to play. Any one time, there were 3 boys paddling. On average, how long did each boy play on the paddle boats? Okay, I'm going to draw a paddle boats, which is called draw a diagram. This is a paddle boats. 3 boys can only play. First, second, third. And fourth and fifth person don't play because no space. Okay, they rest or they do something else. After one game already, next game, then what happened? Then you have the second, third, fourth, and the first and the second turn to rest. All right, so there's an order, there's a systematic order. You don't just anyhow put numbers there. Then the next game, who do you think will start? Who do you think is the first number on top? Three. Third, fourth, fifth, and the first and second, did I make any? 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Mr. Down making 5. Okay, there's a 5. Okay, Mr. Down counted wrongly. 5 and 1. Then 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Understand how I get the numbers? There's an order. The first game, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Then after that, second, third, fourth, fifth, first. Then third, fourth, fifth, first, second. So there's an order there. Then the next game will be fourth, fifth, first, second, third. Then the next game. So how many games do you think they will play? 5 person means there are 5 games. So they will play 5 games. Fifth, first, second, third, fourth. Okay, now do you realize that everybody has a chance to play already? After you draw this diagram, everybody has a chance to play. Everybody also has equal time to rest. So how many games are there altogether? There are 5 games altogether, and they play altogether 2 hours, which is 120 minutes. So you take 120 minutes, go and divide by 5 games. That will give you one game, which is 24 minutes. Okay? So if one game is 24 minutes, then everybody play how many games? Then you look at maybe the first player. First player, first player, and first player. So the first player played 3 games. So how long did he play? 24 minutes times 3 games. So he must have played for 72 minutes. How about the second player? If you don't believe, then second player, 1 game, another 1 game, and then another 1 game. Second player also play 3 games. How about the third player? Third player, you go and look third, third, and third. So everybody play 3 games, right? So one game is 24 minutes, you times 3, and that's how you get how long each person play. Got it? So if there are 5 person, 5 games. If there are 10 person, 10 games. So that's a clue. Do I need to draw all these? Actually, no need, right? You can actually there's a concept here. 5 person, 5 games. 10 person, 10 games. Okay, something like that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 24. Fraction means fraction. Do we always draw model? Yes, but not really. Okay, you don't really have to draw model every time you see fractions. Now, if you draw a model, fine. Okay, nothing wrong. But you can use ratio method. And I hope you got this correct. Because how do we do ratio? There is no dot dot again in this problem. But ratio is a method. There was a total of 50 red, blue, and white. The blue and the red was 2/5 of the total. Can we convert the fraction to ratio? So those in my class, make sure you know how to convert fraction to ratio. Otherwise, you're in trouble already. Because in paper 2, you may have something like that in paper 2. All right, so how do you convert this into ratio? You need to label your ratio, especially for Chavez. When you label your ratio, does your ratio have a total? And not like that, okay? Not like that, lah. Not like that, lah. Not like that, okay? This is bad, okay? This is bad. Why is it bad? Because the ratio has no white color. This ratio has no white color. The blue and red is 2/5 of the total. Total means what? All the colors. So you will need to make sure you have white color also, and then the grand total, which is the all the marbles. So the total is 5, and the white must be 3. So this is important. When you label your ratio, you must have a total, and your ratio must have all the colors inside. Otherwise, you get stuck. Okay. Same for the next one. The red and white is 9/10 of the total. So once again, reds, white, and you must have a blue. Yeah, this ratio must have a blue inside the ratio, and then there's a total. Okay, then go and put the numbers inside. So the red and the white is 9, and the total is 10, and the blue is what? 1. Agree? Okay, why must you have these two ratio? Or how do we continue from here? You compare the two ratio and look for something the same. What is the same? Total, lor. Right? Because you don't have the total, that's why you don't know how to do. That's why Mr. keeps saying, when you have ratio, make sure you have this total. And then if the total is the same, then make the number equal. So you times 2, and then you get 4 is to 6 is to 10, and then 9 is to 1 is to 10. Once you make the total same already, then this is one big ratio, right? And we can solve already. There was a total of 50 blue, red, and white. Isn't that 10 units, which is 50? Then your 1 unit will be 5. So how many red marbles are there? You look at the ratio, cannot find the red marbles, right? But can you try to work out how many units are the red? So the blue is 1. If the blue is 1 unit, then 4 minus 1, and the red must be 3. And the white is 6. And if you add them all together, that will be 10 units. So this is how you get the colors for you get how many units for all the colors. Okay, so the red is 3 units, right? So how many red marbles are there? 5 times 3, 15. Got it? And if you draw a model, you will find that it takes a longer time, but still can use. Model can still use, but ratio will be faster. Ratio method. So Aubrey, do you get the answer correct, Aubrey? Ah, Aubrey, we did this in our lesson already. Say, why still? Aubrey, do you watch the video or not? The lesson video. Do you revise? Yeah, okay. By now you should be making new mistakes already. Like, cannot be doing the old mistakes again. Okay, next one, question 25. Now, question 25, the answer is 65 degrees. Okay, now, lesson here. If you get the answer wrong, okay, again, there's one thing that you never do. What is one thing you never do? Mark out the lines that are equal. Square means all sides are equal. And you also see that AB is equal to EB. So you need to mark out also. So now you realize what? If you never mark out, you will not realize there are two isosceles triangles. Right, and also, by the way, Mr. I'm going to tell you something. Don't assume that these two triangles are isosceles when you have not proven. You haven't proven whether they are isosceles. So how do you prove that these two triangles are isosceles? You mark out. Okay, mark out the sides that are equal, and AB equal to EB. Now you have proven that these two triangles are isosceles and not assume. Okay, Mr. Never assume. Okay, all right. Then what do we do? Next step, put question mark, BCE, question mark, and then next step, go and look for easy angles. Don't care about the question mark. All right, don't care about it. Go and find other angles that are easy to find, right? And then you can find this angle already. So 180 minus 70, you get 40. And what do you know about squares? Square has right angle at the corner. So 90 minus 40, you get 50. That is in another isosceles triangle. So which means that this angle and this angle must also be the same. So you take 180 and you minus 50. And then later, what do? You divide by 2 to get 65 degrees. And that's how you get your question mark. Question mark. Got it? Right? Okay. Clear? Let's move on to the next one. Okay, question 26. This is okay now. Again, those of you in my class, you get it wrong. Besides, really feel. Okay. Do you get 104? Ruel, did you get 104? Jiale, get 104? Ruel never get 104. Okay, Ruel, I'm going to ask you something. Okay, now the same goes to the rest of you. When you do PSLE problem, you look at this question. You need to ask a few questions. Now, Ruel, what kind of question is this? Is this a story sum? This is a story sum, right? And the previous question is definitely not a story sum. Okay, so this is a story sum. Then Ruel, if this is a story sum, is this a before and after problem? Okay, very good. Then you're very lucky because before and after problem, you only got two methods, which is the model or you can draw a table. So you can either draw a model or use a table. So question lesson here. When you do PSLE problem, you look at any question, you need to ask, is it a story sum? If it's a story sum, then you need to ask, is it a before and after problem? And if it's a before and after problem, it's your lucky day. Why? Because can get the answer easily using your method. So let me ask Ruel again. If this is a before and after problem, what is unchanged? That is the next question to ask. What is unchanged? Quick, Ruel, what is unchanged? Ah, so slow. Mr. Can't hear you leh. Oh, okay. What is unchanged? Kenny gave away stickers, right?
Because
Team is unchanged. Team didn't give away stickers. Okay?
yeah,
All right, you can solve already. And the method is called table method. All right, so everybody look here. This is a method that maybe you never learned for some of you. So before, change after, Kenny, team, and the total. So you label the boxes. And Mr. Ong show you why I don't like to think too hard. When I do math, Mr. Ong don't want to think too hard. Mr. Ong like to use methods. Then I can think lesser. I show you how I think lesser. I put this number in the boxes. Make sure you put in the right box. And you have to call units. You cannot just put 8 or 5. You have to call 8 units, 5 units. Kenny gave away minus. Okay? And then team got twice as many as Kenny. So team got 2 times. Kenny got 1 time. Total is 3. You cannot just put like that because it's not 1 sticker or 2 sticker. It's actually 1 part, 2 parts, and 3 parts. Why not units? Because you already have units already. So you must use a different name. Okay, how many stickers did they have at first? Question mark. And can you see how I put the numbers in the boxes without solving yet? And then after you have put inside already, the table will guide you how to get the answer. So what is unchanged? Team team is unchanged, right? So you will have to make them equal. Unchanged means make them equal. So make them the same number. So times 2 times 5. So times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5. And then what do you get? 16, 10, 26, 5, 10, and 15. Once you make team to be the same number already, you can combine them to call them units. So they are one big happy family. Okay, one big happy family. So they are all units already. And what happened to all the old ratios? You throw dustbin. All the old ratio you throw dustbin. And then the table will guide you. Like now you have to find how many units did Kenny give away. 16 minus 5 unit, Kenny must give away 11 units. And are they in the same box? Same box means they are equal. So 11 unit is equal to 44. Can you see how Mr. is not thinking? Not even thinking. So 1 unit is divide 4, right? If 1 unit is 4, how many altogether at first? Go to your question mark. You have to find 26 unit. So 26 times 4, 104. Okay, got it? Table method, right? And of course, you can draw model lah. You also can, if you draw model, then if you know how to draw, then you go ahead. But I think the table is a bit faster than your model. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, next one, question 27. Okay, copy down already. Okay, by the way, when do we do this table? We do this table when it's a very hard paper too. 4 mark, 3, 4 mark, 5 mark, before and after problem. But for this kind of question, what do? We can draw models. Okay, but sometimes you can also use a table, right? But this method is usually for very hard before and after problems. Okay, just to let you know. Because we can't draw model for very hard problems, then we have to use the table. Okay, next one. Question 27. The answer is what? The answer is 120 grams. Okay, how do you get that? Now, Mrs. Tan used the recipe to make cookies, and you can see this is the ingredients that she need. Mrs. Tan had 700 grams of flour, 300 grams of butter, and 200 grams of sugar. She used the ingredients to make the most number of cookies. How much sugar did she use? All right. Now, again, what's the method here? The method here is ratio. Oops, ratio. How do we do that? And how do we know it's ratio? Okay. Let's write down the ratio first, and then you will see why. Why is it ratio? Okay, flour is to butter is to sugar. Sugar. What is the recipe? 200 grams, and then the butter is 150, and then the sugar is 60. Okay, now this ratio I don't want to simplify. I don't want to simplest form. Because I want to what? I want to find how many groups are there. For example, Mrs. Tan got 700 grams. So which means what? If I times two, okay, times two, I will get 400. I times 2, I get 300. I times 2, I get 120. Okay, so does Mrs. Tan have enough of this to make cookies? So if you look carefully, I'm going to just add one more here. So 200 grams of flour, 150 grams of butter, 60 grams of sugar can make how many cookies? Can make 5. So if I times 2, I can make 10. Okay, I can make 10. So does Mrs. Tan has 400? Yes. Does Mrs. Tan has 300 grams of butter? Yes, right? Does Mrs. Tan has 120 grams of sugar? Yes, she has enough to make 10 cookies, right? Okay, then what do you do? Then you continue to times 3 to see whether can make some more. But you will need 600, you will need 450 grams of butter, and you will need 180 grams of sugar, and this time you can make 15 cookies. All right, so does Mrs. Tan has 600 grams of flour? Yes. Does Mrs. Tan has 450 grams of butter? No. She only got 300 grams of butter. So not enough. Not enough. So cannot make 15 cookies. So can only make 10 cookies. Right? And because she can only make 10 cookies, then how much sugar did she use? She must have used 120 grams. So answer 120. Do you understand? Clear? Valerie, you okay? You are staring at the screen. So you understand how to get the answer? Understand, huh? Okay, so the method here is to use ratio. Well, this ratio I don't simplest form because I want to know how many groups I can make. So I don't simplify. Okay, once you make it simplest form out, then you're in trouble already. Then you cannot get the answer already. Right? Okay, let's go to the next one. Question 28. Somebody's going to make a mistake here. Okay, now the answer is $76. If you get it wrong, it means that you have fallen into a trap. So what's the answer? $76. Anyone didn't get $76, Aubrey? Aubrey didn't get $76, right? Okay, and those of you who didn't get $76, you have fell in the trap already. Okay, now same thing, line. Okay, line method. Mr. Smith used 43 meter cube. So, okay, put on top. Do you have a line method for those who are wrong? And then first 20 meter cube cuts. All right, did anybody just put $1.50? That's the trap. Why? Do you see the word per? See? Some of you start to, per means 1 meter cube is $1.50. 20 meter cube is 20 times $1.50. Okay. Uh, okay, but no calculator. What do you do? Change the dollars and cents into whole number. 2 times 15, 30. Add the two zeros behind, 30 100 cents, $30. Okay? All right. Additional amount above 20 meter cube is $2 per meters. You see the word per again. So there is another 23 meter cube. So you must take 23 meter cube times $2 per meter cube. So that will be $46. So this is 46. Then after that, you plus them together. That's how you get your answer. It's a very simple problem. Very simple problem, not hard. All right? Just be careful of the word per. Per means only 1 meter cube. Got it? Okay, let's go on to the next one. Question 29. Speed problem. Now, those of you who have done the speed lesson already, you should know how to draw out the problem. So the answer is 24 kilometer. So how do we get 24 kilometer? Okay, now speed problem, you have to draw the model. If you don't draw the model, if you're not good in math, you need to draw the model. So how do you draw? Jack and Keith left town X at the same time and travel in opposite directions along a straight road. If Jack travel at 7 km per hour and Keith travel at 5 km per hour, how far apart would they be 2 hours later? Now remember, those of you in my lesson, Mr. asked you to show your fingers, right? Right? Fingers, two person, two fingers. So you have to add it out. So the two person, they left town X at the same time. So they are joined together at the same time, at the same place, and they travel opposite direction. So that's how they move. And you have to draw how your fingers move. So your model will be very simple. There's a starting point, one person left, the other person right. And there is a dotted line. Dotted line means what? Where they start, where they arrive. Okay, so you can even put, so dotted line means what? Dotted line means where they start. Okay, let me just draw over here. Where they start and where they arrive. And you can see the parts of the journey. Isn't this one part? Right, this is one part that is traveled by Jack. And Keith travel to the right side. They both travel opposite. So Jack to the left, Keith to the right. And Jack has one part. So one part has one family. Remember, those of you in my lesson, one part has one family. Keith has also one part. So that's also another family. For Chavez, don't worry because you haven't done the speed lesson yet. But Aubrey, Jiale, and the rest of you, you have done your speed lesson already. Okay? Right? So each part has a family. Then what do you do? Then after you draw the model already, then what do? You plug the numbers and put inside. So Jack, the speed is 7 km per hour, and Keith, the speed is 5 km per hour, and they travel 2 hours. How far apart will they be 2 hours later? So it means they travel 2 hours. So your question mark can be something like this lah. So what's the distance between them after 2 hours? And that's your model. All right, and then you must have a triangle always. So the distance, speed, and time. So when you do your speed problem, you always have the triangle beside you. So how does the model guide you? Very simple, like your table method. You go and find the missing numbers. Right? The table, the model will tell you, oh, there are some numbers missing. Go and find them. So how do you find the distance? Distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. And remember, you need to write the unit. So those of you, if you are starting your speed lesson and your teacher just write like that, you are in big trouble. Yeah, if your teacher write 7 times 2, you're gone already. Bye-bye. Why bye-bye? Because you need to write the units to check something, to check the units and see whether they are the same. Because if they are not the same, you have to make them the same. Then 7 times 2, the distance is 14 km. So Jack traveled 14 km. How about Keith? So distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. So again, write down the units, and before you multiply, check the unit, because sometimes it can be minutes, right? The time can be minutes. So you have to change it to hours. So 5 times 2 become 10 kilometer. All right? All right, and then put down inside your model. So can you find the total distance? So that will be 14 plus 10. So the distance between them will be 24 kilometers apart. Okay, and that's how you do this simple speed problem. Got it? So Aubrey, do you get the answer correct? Right, those of you who attended my speed lesson, you hopefully will have gotten the answer correct. Okay, let's go to question 30. Last question already. Oh, it's 9 o'clock already. Last question. Okay, now, how do you draw a rectangle with the same area as Q? All right, you look at this diagram, and how do you find area? You have to count how many squares. The figure is made of how many squares? Very simple. Break up. This is quite easy. Break up into something like that, and there's 4 squares, and here also got 4 squares. And then this triangle, these two triangles, you actually join them together, become another square lah. So how many squares make up the entire figure? 4, 4, 4. So the entire figure is actually made of 12 squares. Okay, this entire figure. So the area is 12 squares. Okay, 12 squares, the area. So you have to draw a rectangle with the same area as Q. That's easy. Okay, that's quite easy. So you just take 4 times 3 lor. 4 by 3 or 3 by 4. So you have 3 or look for 12 squares. Okay, look for 12 squares. So can you see something like that? So let me see 4. See like that. 12 squares. So you look for child squares and you draw a rectangle. So this rectangle is made of child squares also. And you got the rectangle already. And that's your part A. Understand?
Is,
Right?
is
So
this the only
sorry, say
is
again.
this the is this the only answer?
No no, it's not the only answer. Still got other answers. I can even have as long as a rectangle is made make or what? Make or child squares. Something like that. Okay? Wow, see child squares also. Can also be like that. Okay, so I want you to count your diagram. If you have drawn already, count your diagram, see whether you got child squares. If you don't have child squares, your answer is wrong. Okay? All right, so that's part A. What's the perimeter of the rectangle? Quite easy also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 cm, 4 cm already. Opposite side is also 4 cm, and then this is 3 cm, 3 cm. So you add all together, that will be 14. 14 cm. So this question is considered quite easy to draw. All right, you already have seen some construction questions. They are quite hard. This is considered quite easy. Okay, so we have completed paper one already. So you can add up your marks later and see how many marks you get. So any questions for this paper one lesson? Yeah, Ruel,
I got a different parameter from you.
you got what?
A different parameter from you.
Okay, so but
Because
do you have child squares in your diagram? Okay, can you flash your picture in front of the camera? Let me start have a look at how your picture looks like. Quick, quick, quick. Okay, man. You must take away your blur, your virtual background, because your virtual background will make it very hard to see. So remove your virtual background. Hurry, hurry. Okay, we want to go and sleep already. Okay. Okay, remove your virtual background. Okay, means you have a normal background and then you can flash your picture. Can do that? Okay. Okay, now show your picture quickly. Still cannot see like why okay. Oh, okay, solid already. Okay, okay, okay. You can put it down already. Okay, Ruel has a drawing which is a bit different. So let me just quickly look at a drawing and we're going to check. Okay, so Ruel, is it something like that? Something like that? Yeah. Okay, that should be child squares. Child squares. So you count 6 cm. Here also 6 cm. And then this is 2 cm, and this is 2 cm. So if you were to add the sides, so 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 8, 16. Is your answer 16? Okay, I think you also get the answer correct. Yeah, fine. So you will get full marks. So this question has a few possible answers. Okay? All right. So any questions for the rest of you? All right. So we come to the end of the paper one lesson. So next week will be the last paper one lesson already. Then we will stop for 1 month. And when you come back after that, the paper one lesson in the month of June will be like a prelim paper one. Means you'll be tested on everything already. Okay, everything. All right. So in this paper one, you can see that we haven't tested on nets and solid figures yet, right? And speed problem also not a lot. But next 2 months later, the paper one will cover all the topics already. Okay, so next week will be the last paper one lesson, just to let you know. Okay, if there's no question, then I'll see you all the next week, next Monday. Okay, all right. So goodbye. Anyone has question, you can stay behind to ask me. Okay, bye bye everybody. See you next week. Bye bye.
I draw.
Okay, bye bye. Got question can stay back, Mister is any questions? Chavez? Okay, Valerie, any question?
Bye.
Okay, bye bye, Valerie. I'll see you next week. How about
Bye.
Chavez?
No, I don't know.
No question. Okay, then Mister will see you. Bye bye.